Hey guys, welcome to Locker Room Access pregame show. Got my man Dougie Fresh. Mark is joining. T-Dub is going to be in and out. There's Marky Mark. I'm going to let him take over, our fearless leader. Marky, I was just in the middle of the he might not be listening. Oh, he's got his Virginia shirt on. Is that? Oh, look at that. That's solid. I was not able to get equipped into Virginia gear, but I will change outfits at a moment's notice, as you guys know.
Yeah, me and Marky are twinning. He's wearing my jersey.
In honor of Dougie Fresh.
Thank you, sir. That thing's beautiful, man.
Incredible.
Dougie
Marky,
Fresh.
good to have you back, man. We missed you.
I missed you guys. Good game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Good win. Right?
It was the worst, most entertaining game I've ever watched. Seriously, it was a terrible basketball game, like in terms of score.
Right.
But what was going on? Like, it was riveting. It was like a slow motion drama movie or something.
I was trying to follow.
I think it was riveting to Virginia fans, but to anyone else in the galaxy, it was disgusting basketball.
The adventures of free throw shooting is my favorite part.
I don't know. I'm curious we just aren't such a national draw sometimes. Sometimes it's just great basketball, and you really have to be a purist to really, really appreciate Virginia basketball when it's played so well defensively, and sometimes it can be played like a chess match. And other times, it's just not that exciting. I mean, I'm always going to love it no matter what.
Yeah,
right?
we all will, right?
But it's not necessarily. There are some people who say, "Oh, UVA's on." I'm not sure I'm going to watch that, and I think they're missing out. They're missing out because they don't see the game. They don't study the game. When I watch basketball games, and I don't know about you, and I know how you watch them. I don't just watch for entertainment value. I watch and say, "Oh, I would run this instead." Not believe me, not that I'm better than those guys or as good as those guys, and that's why I'm in where I am, and those guys are, on the court coaching. But I either try to pick up things or say, "Oh, I like that set. Maybe I tweak a little bit, or I'm going to run that set." Right? I saw Golden State run a play the other day that was just like, "I'm stealing that. I am taking that play." Right? It was a back pick. Stephen Curry said a back pick for somebody. Not that difficult, not that complicated, but that's how I want to watch games. And you can pick up so many things watching UVA play defense, especially, right? Mm-hmm. And it's rocket science. And you've talked about that a lot. Not really rocket science, but there's a lot of help defense, right? And it's a lot of it's how do you constantly rotate? And there's a lot of talking on defense, but it's other teams don't play that way. Other teams, when you watch teams play defense, it's like scattered. There's not a lot of talking. You see a lot of open shots because guys don't communicate that well. Most teams have a strategy, right? And I watch my middle son's team play. I watch Kobe's team play, and there's just like a breakdown almost every time defensively, like where they're giving up so many easy shots. So I really do value UVA basketball on all levels, and I wish more people would understand that.
I think it comes down to you really got to be a purist or a coach or have a tie to UVA to enjoy it. Because I know a lot of people that after about 7 minutes, they go over to Bravo and watch Below Deck Marathon, which is really good too. And it's a little bit more entertaining. But I love my Below Deck, so I don't blame them when they go.
I don't know what Below Deck is, but it sounds like it's something to do with ships.
Yeah, it's like the crew that works on these giant charter private yachts. It's a reality show. It's silly. But my point being, I think it's hard for newcomers to fall in love with UVA basketball.
Just really quickly, have you ever been to the Intrepid? I went to the Intrepid for the first time today.
You went to where?
The Intrepid Museum.
I've never been. Yeah, I've never been. I'll never go either. But
that's on the highway for my entire life, on the West Side Highway. Took my life for the first time. Anyway.
That's all.
But UVA basketball is phenomenal to me. I love it. I'll always love it. I love the style. I love there are times when we all get a little frustrated and they go on scoring droughts. Maybe we all think we would run a couple of different sets, but it's still teams can't. They get open shots, right? We get open shots almost throughout the entire game. Now, do we hit them is another question, or do we have the players the personnel to excel with what we run? another question. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, right? But that could be our strength, and at times it's good. It's our strength, and at times it's also, it can be an area where we have to improve. I don't like to use weakness, but an area we have to improve, right? Because you have to have shooters. You have to have shooters, right? So how do we shoot on Saturday, right? We had one guy that we've been, I guess, a little critical of with Rhodey, who hasn't shot the ball incredibly well. I know he put up some shots on Saturday, I believe. Didn't have his best shooting game, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll tell you something about Rhodey. Me and Hab have been not critical of him, critical of usage. Is that fair? Minutes.
Yep.
And I saw the beginning of the game, whoever we played, he came in. He played well. He played great the first 5 minutes. He knocked a shot down. He made a great. He went to the baseline, made a great pass. He was playing really good heads up defense. I think he made a mistake and he got the short leash. He got taken out and didn't come in forever. And that was
minutes.
He still played 28 minutes.
Shot 1%.
Then he came back in and he did nothing because he felt that leash, right? He didn't miss some shots, whatever. But I thought, ride the momentum, man. Like, when Hav used to come in games, make a great defensive play, feed the post, something, ride him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I tell you what, though, 4 assists is important in UVA basketball. When you score 48 points.
Hey, we have a whole show that I've been keeping track, dedicated to how we're giving assists out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scandal that's up there with Epstein, the fucking ding me of the year. The border
is this Wahoo Belinda on the podcast?
Yes.
App?
She's the Wahoo Belinda MVP of the Post today. The way we're handing out assists is egregious, and I'm not saying that against Rhodey. I'm saying it against our scorekeeper. I'm not making an enemy of him. I want everyone to get the assists, but you can't read into assists for our team this year. It's not even close. It's egregious. It's malpractice. I feel like Stephen A. right now.
You're right.
But can you explain that more?
What's that?
Can you explain why do you feel that way?
If you reverse the ball, just a regular, you get it from the right, you pass it to the left, and someone makes IMAC a 20, 20, what's the 3-point? A 23-footer. Okay, that's you didn't do anything great, but we can give you that assist. When you pass it to someone and they take 3 dribbles in the lane, rise up and shoot, contested, that's not an assist. So it's a whole nother thing. Let's not get sidetracked. Let's focus on Bass Tech, one of 3 NCAA institutions to never win a national championship.
I can tell you, let's go back to assists. In high school, I would do something and the statistician didn't give me an assist. And I'm like, yo, did you see what I assist, right? But they'd be like, okay, fine. So they would give it. You remember in high school?
I'm not.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
I'm not trying to take it away. Oh, we have to free 2 guard. There's a lot of good questions on here.
There are.
I don't know why.
By the way, just for the record, Sue is coming in from the Caribbean. Hold on.
From St. John. There was something about Chinese Tech. And hello, Susan.
Let's go.
Why do we have to free 2 guard?
Wait, St. John, isn't that where Rhodey went to school, Fresh, or was that St. Andrews? Or
he went to St. Andrews in Canada.
We're kidding. That's a joke we have. All right, let's get
Mark, you got to get back on forum one day. We started a whole thread. 2 Guard has been dropping knowledge on Twitter. He got away from recruiting. He's talking about Virginia basketball, how much Elijah should be playing, and different things.
Let's not say dropping knowledge as if he's the expert. Let's say he's dropping his opinion.
He's been good. He's talking about Virginia basketball.
I'm not a 2 guard.
We got a preview though. We got a preview. This is post game banter.
Yeah, I agree. All right. So can we talk about Tony's Tech real quick before we go into?
Yeah.
So what did he do he say? I missed it.
He said, "Call the effing travel."
And then he said he wasn't talking to the ref.
No, I think he said in the post game he was, but then he made a good point. If I think it was coming from Tony, right, who never swears.
That's not true. Let's back that up. That's not true.
Never swears in public. Never swears in public or on camera.
I don't know, but he's so competitive. There are times when he curses in practice. I got first
in practice. I'm just saying on a TV game. Like they caught him on there. Hey, it's good, man. I think I know he's probably
he's passionate, he's competitive. He's the most competitive guy, right? He's as competitive as you two guys to be able to play at that level where you guys played. He's as competitive as I am. He's as competitive as my kid is. They had ping pong wars where they were, talking trash back and forth. I went to a game on Saturday, a Division III playoff game. Trinity College and Weston, and really good teams, good basketball. Not UVA. It's not mid-major. It's not low major. But I coached like 6 guys who were playing in that game. I decided to go up, and I'm watching the coaches. And there's one coach, the coach at Trinity, is like pacing back and forth and could not calm down, right? And you could see like, dude, take it easy, calm down, calm your team down as Wesleyan was coming back, right? And so who do you like? My point is going back to TB, right? Where he pretty much remains fairly calm on the sideline.
Yeah.
Now, once in a while he's going to say something or get animated, but it's rare. Right, and most coaches at high level basketball are fairly calm, right? But I think of Tarkanian just biting that towel while sitting down the whole game, right? Most coaches are that way. Most coaches understand you got to keep your kids calm, especially in the time of when there's chaos. It's so important to calm down 19, 20, 21-year-olds or 22-year-olds, depending who you're playing, maybe 24-year-olds, right? But if they sense craziness and chaos in you, they're going to feel that chaos and they're going to play maybe chaotically, right? And yes, W.
But no, I'll tell you something that was always important to me as a player.
We got to preview the game, homeboys.
All right. Your coach having your back, and TB had his players' back when he told the ref to go fuck himself. Sorry, to go dunk himself. All right, let's go. Let's do this Minnow Tech game.
You're on half.
Well, it's a bit obviously a really big game. Virginia Tech 14-11, 6-8 in the ACC. They're in 10th place. This is the biggest game they have remaining. We're playing at that absolute heck hole. No ding.
Say it.
Dump.
Cassell, which we always played them in the convention center, but my 5th year we played them there.
I never played there.
It was terrible. It's dark. Everyone knows that we've got, I think we're 9-19. We're 9-19 at Cassell. They've beaten us the last 3 times.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Very, very tough place for us to play. All the Hokie people, they brush both of their teeth. They're out and about tonight, ready to go. It's going to be a hostile environment. Last game we won 65-57. A nice win at JPJ. Mike Young, a.k.a. Mike Brown Fresh, is their coach. We'll get to their rotation really quick. Sean Padula, averaging about 16 a game, 5 assists.
He's a baller, man.
He's a baller, but I looked at something today, and I think this is a good little nugget. So he has led the team in scoring this year 8 times. They're 2-6 when he leads the team in scoring. He's also 5th nationally in turnovers, nationally. So of all the people that play college basketball, he's 5th in turnovers, which is a tough one for him. So, is that part of the strategy where we let him score? He did have, in his 2 big games, he got 32 against Clemson. That's a lot of points.
Wait a minute.
That's a W. They won against Clemson. He had 33 against Miami in the loss, so he can fill it up.
And
But he's got a guy named Reese Beekman guarding him tonight. I don't expect him to approach those numbers.
so, Dougie, I'm not sure he's a baller or a scorer and a streaky scorer, depending who he's playing against. Right? Have just mentioned he's 5th in turnovers. That's in the whole country, Division
In
One.
the country, he's 5th in turnovers. Yeah,
I wonder what his ratio is. That's crazy.
he is averaging.
You discovered him. You discovered him. You saw him before he started playing in college. You were like, he's a tough kid. He'll become a rapper afterwards.
Also, by the way, also rumored to be in the transfer portal, according to several sources on the net.
What year is he?
All right, so he's the point guard. You got Hunter Couture.
Wait. Have before we go on, how many points is he getting tonight?
I think he's going to get about 14 tonight. Reese is going to lock him up. Reese has never won at Cassell, by the way. Reese has never won at Virginia Tech. He's 0-3 at Cassell.
On how many shots?
He's going to take a lot of shots. I think he gets 14 on, I'll say, 15 shots.
I'm going to say 14 on 12 shots because that's the same number I was thinking when I asked that question. Dougie?
Padula's points, he's going to have 8, and then he's going to have 8 points in the first 7 minutes of the game. And then I don't think Reese starts on him. I think somebody else starts on Padula. The other kid, I forgot the other kid. I don't know. Have a preview. And I think he'll have 8 quickly or 9, and then Reese will just say, that's enough. Good night.
When you finish your preview,
I'll go fast now. I'll go faster.
No. I just want I don't know if you guys saw Scott Workman's comment. You'll both appreciate it very much. We'll ask T-Dubs to run it back. Go ahead, Have.
All right. Then you got Hunter Couture, who's averaging 14. He shoots 43% from 3. Big-time shooter. Lynn Kitty's a senior. He's the big guy who played horribly against us and against specifically Minor. He was totally ineffective. Didn't play much. He averages 13 and 7. He's a 65% field goal shooter. Tyler Nickel, big kid, 6'7", sophomore, 9 points a game. Hits 43% of his threes. Robbie Barron is a senior. He had a good game against us last time. A guy that I think we have to really pay attention to. It's great to look at seasonal statistics. It's also good to look at the last 2 or 3 games. MJ Collins had 18 against UNC and scored the first 7 points. He's a baller. I think
that's what I was thinking.
We're gonna, and he's had a couple big games this year. When he has a big game, they win. So I think he's a key. And then I can't even say his first name, but Poteet, 6'9", against UNC, 15 points in 21 minutes. Big guy. I think they're going to go big against us. They can shoot threes, but they've got some bodies to throw at us. They're good, but Padula makes them tick. But sometimes when he's ticking, the team isn't ticking. So, if he goes for 28, I think that's good for us. If he goes for 12 to 15, that means he's distributing better, and it'll be a little bit harder for us. So that's the rotation for the most part. You got some guys checking in here and there with foul trouble, but I think the key tonight is going to be holding MJ Collins to a relatively quiet night. He heated up against UNC and was very good.
I like it. I wonder.
Couture's been your guy, W, for 3 years.
Well, I knew about him because he came from Wofford, right?
Yeah.
And he's been one of our Achilles heels. He's a tough kid. He's cocky. He has the green light. He loves his coach, Coach Brown. And he's all about it. But, he's had tough game. It's kind of annoyed me that, probably because he heard me talking about it. Corey Alexander talks about Couture like they're best friends during games now. And once again, Corey riffing off of me and Have, trying to get the spotlight again. Not that he'd have it otherwise. And that's just, it's become annoying to me. But I think we figured Couture out. He might be due, by the way. He hasn't been great against us for the last maybe year and a half or two. Somebody will remind me I'm probably wrong. Let's hope we pay attention there.
Well, if you remember too, I can't remember if it was Nickel or Couture. They were coming off an injury last game, and I think it was Couture. Yeah,
Couture.
He was coming off an injury. Had missed 3 games, like with an ankle issue, so he was not at full strength.
Yep.
I think it's going to be a very, very good game. We typically don't play well there. Again, we've lost 3 in a row, and we're 9-19 at Castle.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's great. I didn't know that.
But this is like their season right here.
It's the biggest game left for them by far. They kind of peter out at the end. Like we ramp up right now. We've got Virginia Tech, we've got Duke, UNC, at BC, Georgia Tech. They kind of play the bottom half. They had their tough stretch early and play some lesser teams, at least standing wise, later in the season. So, this is their chance they're outside of the bubble. Everyone has them outside. It's going to take a win here and then a nice run in the ACC tournament. They are defending ACC tournament champions. You got to remember that. So it's a dangerous team at home with a raucous crowd Monday night. There's nothing going on in Blacksburg other than bingo and this game. So, they're going to show up. They're going to show up in force. And big Monday.
You two are fancy Northeasterners. I'm gonna tell you something that's underrated is bingo at the church on a Monday night. That's exciting shit, dude.
All right.
I know it's funny.
Bingo gets old after the 3rd game, but unless you're playing for, I guess, big money. I went to Blacksburg, and I can't tell you, Tav, that you're that wrong. I can't agree with you that much. Right? There's really not much going on there.
Well, I did just get a text from one of the guys I work with. I think you guys know him at Only Players. We handle like some betting content. A lot of sharp money came in on Virginia Tech leading up to the tip. A lot of sharps came. It's 3.5 right now. The team over under is, let's look here.
125, I'm guessing.
126.5.
That was close.
126.5. So, another predicting a low score. A lot of people, though, if you look at predictors, they're saying we're going to win in a close game, and that can lead us in shortly to our predictions.
Well, you know who I have, so that's fine.
Listen, 5 games left for us. 5 games.
Wow, it goes quick, huh?
It goes so quick, right? And we've got this one, which is going to be a tough game. We've got North Carolina, BC, Duke, and Georgia Tech. Got to get at least
UNC too.
Yeah, next on Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah, got it. We've got to win at least 3, and maybe 4.
Oh wow, great one from Vance.
I think that goes back to though. Let's see Dante's turnovers and Ryan's free throws.
Oh,
I took some heat. So one thing, like Ryan's free throws, it's must watch. It's must see TV. Remember that back in the day, like Seinfeld was must see TV on NBC, primetime spot.
Ding him for Seinfeld, please, Marky. That's my least favorite show, but that's okay.
Whenever he's at the line, like something could be on fire in the kitchen, and I'm gonna run to watch his free throws. And I said this: he's doing the Steph Curry with the mouth guard hanging out. If I was shooting like he did, I would either keep my mouth guard in or tuck it in my waistband. You can't have it like sticking up and visible. I just don't like that. Something's got to change. That's gross.
Can somebody make a GIF or a meme or whatever of Hab turning his back on the fire in his kitchen to watch Ryan Dunn shooting free throws?
Yeah. I was burning some lo mein on Saturday when they were playing, and I had to just go watch the free throws.
Yeah, it's nuts. I have a lot of opinions on that, but it's too long for this podcast.
Well, you sent the picture, the image of how he holds his hand when he shoots his free throw.
It's the famous it looks like something jumps out of the air and scares him when he shoots it. And we love Ryan. His family's phenomenal, the whole thing, but it's just fun to talk about, right? So the very famous painting called The Screen, where the guy's doing this and doing, he looks like the painting when he's shooting his free throw. What he's doing, I'll tell you what he's doing, Marky. He doesn't have the release point. Sometimes he releases here, sometimes there's some, and it's the backspin's crazy, and it goes way up.
And I'm not sure he's snapping his wrist and holding his follow through, right? That too.
He does it, but not at the right time.
Yeah. But also, let's keep talking about Ryan for a second in the offense.
All right, I'm not.
Last game, Dougie, when we were all on last. I can't remember who was against. It was the game before. It was Pitt, I think. And we talked about the offense being stagnant and not working.
No.
And what I saw in the Pitt game, especially in the second half, a lot of congestion in the paint. Yep. And Ryan, the ball passing out to Ryan after he's setting screens on the perimeter, and either they're not looking at him. There were times when he's wide open and Reese isn't looking at him, or he's just getting it and passing it away. So there's no flow. And Pitt knows that he's just stepping out of the perimeter and not even looking at the basket. They were playing 4 and 5 on offense in the second half. And so you have no fluidity in that offense against Pitt. And I didn't see Wake, so I can't I'm sorry, Wake, right? On Saturday, so I can't comment on that. But I wonder what Virginia Tech I want to see what Virginia Tech does defensively with the blocker mover, and if they congest the paint, and watch Ryan if he's playing the big spot, and if he even looks at the basket when he gets the ball, when he is not either attacking, when he's not getting the ball maybe for a layup because he curled to the basket or rolled to the basket, and he's out on the perimeter. Just watch him get the ball, or watch the offensive players, Reese or IMAC, look at him and then not pass, right? Which happened multiple times. So let's just be aware of that. And Jen is making a comment too, agreeing with you. And Steve making the comment, Brody and Dunn in the game at the same time makes it 3 on 5.
It's true.
It depends. I mean, at least Rhodey's got to look at the basket, right? At least both of them need to look at the basket. If they're not threats, they're not getting a shot up, right? And you're forcing something up with 28 seconds on the shot clock, 2 seconds left on the shot clock. I mean, it's a bad offensive set, right? It's a horrible possession. So I look for that in the first half, guys. Let's comment about that at halftime as we are about to tip off, right?
Yep.
What do you got real quick?
What's the game on? ACC Network? No.
ESPN.
ESPN. Nice.
Real quick, predictions. What do you got, Dougie?
You caught me off guard. I think it's going to be a slugfest. 55 to 50. The University of Virginia beats Bass Tech.
So you're backing away from the 20-point win.
Whatever. Yes. That's a good point.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Fine. No. Let's go back. 70 to 50, University of Virginia. You know what happened? You called me out. You brought me.
I wanted
70
that.
to 50, the University of Virginia.
Dougie, you could say after the last few games you reconsidered.
You know who nailed it, by the way? Me and my 8-year-old son Ty did the halftime show against Wake by ourselves, and he was within 2 points of calling at halftime the final score. So, and he's not the brightest kid.
He's not.
So I'm gonna follow Mark. I'm gonna follow Vegas. It's 126-5 over under. I'm gonna say 64-63 UVA 1-point win to get the over. I think we're going on the over tonight.
That's pretty amazing. I can't believe you picked UVA.
Yes.
T-Dubs is leaving Doug Workman's comment up. He wants to talk about it.
That's a post game. That's a post game dissertation that'll light the forum board on fire. It's like the Bloods and the Crips.
Yeah, have Fifty, our professor, has assigned him a 27-page paper on that one, Mr. Workman, about explaining how somebody can play that many minutes and have that production. Basically, me and Hav won our minutes back. We're just upset that we didn't play more, to be honest.
It is, and 14 free throws is in the footnotes. 14 free throws on the year with 700 minutes. Just throw that in there. All right, we're about to go.
Post-game show. We'll see you at half. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
Go Hoos.